This is Popular Apocrypha, Episode 10, Van Helsing, for October 30th, 2017.
Welcome to Popular Apocrypha. This is episode number 10. We've been doing this for over 4 months now. It's kind of a big milestone for us. I'm really proud of us. It's also our Halloween episode, but we also have something... That was nice.
That was amazing.
That was really good. We also have something special coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. And we have a legit sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by the Grammy-winning audiobook service Audible. We'll talk more about them later. I'm Tyler.
I'm Riley.
I'm back, bitches!
And he's back!
Daddy's back for the podcast.
Yeah, he killed Andrew.
Yep, murdered him.
Yep.
Spoopy.
What's your name?
Spoopy.
What's your name?
What?
If I murdered a man, I don't know if I should be saying it.
Okay.
I'm Logan and John Boyega and porn. And there we go. We've hit the 2 quotas.
What did I miss?
No, every
No, that's
podcast
like
we
in
bring up
every podcast.
John Boyega and porn.
Really?
So we just got it
bring
out of
up
the way.
porn that much?
Well,
Yeah.
we did the one time when Riley said that, like, when all conversations go back to Hitler, it's for us, it's just porn.
What?
Oh, I do remember that conversation. So how
Anyway.
is everybody this
I'm
week?
gone for 1 week and you talk about Hitler.
Yeah.
That was the only one you were on. I forget which one.
We didn't talk about Hitler. We talked about porn.
Yeah.
I thought we just
yeah.
covered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn maze? It's a time for porn mazes.
Can you imagine that?
What that looked like?
It's like, I want to go this... No, I want to go this way.
That sounds like a little sketchy.
So wait, do you follow the porn out of the maze, or does following the porn get you further stuck in the maze?
No, it's a maze made out of porn.
So you walk.
Made out of discarded porn that's been found
Oh,
under the dirt in a forest
Oh,
somewhere.
it's not people. It's like screens of porn.
Oh,
What is
it could be people. It could be like a haunted house, except the volunteers are just
walls
like
are
strippers.
they go through the spooky tunnel of fleshlight.
Oh, that would be really spooky,
I
actually.
went through one haunted house once, and they had like a rebirthing tunnel.
What?
Yeah, they put 2 like inflatable tubes on each side of the hallway, and they just inflated it, and so like as you're walking down the hallway, it just like squeezed
It's
you.
like that one that's here in the shape of a dragon down here.
Oh, yeah.
We went to
It wasn't that one,
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And they have that. It's like toward the end, it like turns into this weird sphincter, and it's like what? And then we just had this annoying ghost like person dressed up as a ghost girl that was just super obnoxious the entire time.
And then you
she
just
wasn't
go.
scary. She just kept.
I'm out.
She just kept going. She just like made this really stupid groan, and I want to turn around and go away. Shoo.
Go away. You're not good at your job.
Well, it's not that she wasn't doing good. It was just like once you get past that initial thing of her just walking up into your face and not leaving you alone, and so it's like
Like
Be gone.
the bubble's important. Give me my personal space. I've never actually been to a haunted maze or a haunted house thing before.
Ooh,
Same.
well, thing to do this month for the podcast. We gotta take you.
well, you only have like 3
Yeah, we
days.
only have a couple days.
We could make our own.
Just enough.
Just to make our own.
So before we get started, how is everybody this week?
High School DxD is getting a new season.
I saw that.
Yay.
There's the highlight of Logan's week.
It's a nudie anime in the subject of porn.
Them titties.
Yup.
How are you, Daniel?
And it's just okay.
No, we're just moving on.
Doing fine. Lots of Shadow of War and Siege.
Those are video games. If you didn't know.
I mean,
High School DxD is an anime.
whatever. It's all about
And
that
a
My
way of
Hero
life.
Academia. It's all about that My Hero Academia right now.
No, that season's over.
I don't care.
Food Wars is where it's at right now, actually.
What?
That's just food.
Food
Is that
porn.
an anime?
Yeah,
It's
it's,
just-
actually really good.
Why? I shouldn't have asked that.
It's like Top
I didn't
Chef,
answer.
but food.
And
But like
people-
anime.
And people's clothes blow off whenever they eat food.
Yes,
Pardon?
they have foodgasms.
Yes.
It's true.
My fiance and I found an apartment.
Yes. Good job. You're an adult.
Wow, my week
Hey,
was strange
hey.
in comparison.
I don't know. I don't feel like an adult yet. I'm not paying for the apartment yet. I pay for it on November 17th.
You're paying for it.
Wait, so are you saying
other
the
ways.
qualifier to being the adult is that you're paying for an apartment? Will then thus make you an adult?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if we want to go into the deep psychological
Let's not
musings
do
here.
that.
So you'll move in just after the 11th podcast comes out.
Yeah. I will also move in on the day that Battlefront 2 comes out.
Oh.
That's exciting.
Cool.
But I won't get to play it. 'cause-
Choices.
What?
Move in or not.
Sorry.
You know, I'm reconsidering this apartment. A new game came out, so I'm just gonna say it's too bothersome.
Next month.
As a frame of reference for our listeners, though, I'm not able to play video games right now at my home because my home internet speed is 60 kilobytes a second.
That's not an exaggeration. That's actually what it is.
Yeah, I clocked it.
Really?
Yeah, with a radar gun because I can see it going through the line that slow.
Do you guys not get like DSL or anything out there?
No, it's satellite internet.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So imagine you have a satellite phone in a jungle and you're lost there. Basically the same as Riley's house.
Yeah.
You'd probably get
I was
better.
gonna say,
Yeah, you probably
satellite
would.
phones get better reception.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're better than Riley's house.
Yeah.
You should get fiber optics.
Heck yeah, Google Fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have those out there where you live.
No,
I
they
know
don't.
that. In some places, I have a friend who lives near where you live.
How much money does your friend have?
Probably
I don't know.
I'm sure it's
We just
not,
got personal.
I'm sure it's not cheap.
Well, yeah.
Google, can you run a direct line to my house?
Okay. Doing that
Siphon
now.
off his internet.
Okay, Google.
Best way to steal internet.
Just like a drone comes out of the ground and just starts laying cable. Not gonna lie,
Skynet is real.
not gonna lie, that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
Google, could you mow my lawn today? Okay.
I think I've moved past the point of
What
fear
pattern
of
would you
Google
like
ruling
today,
my
sir?
life.
Oh, there is a thing for the after show that I do want to talk about.
Okay,
it
we'll
has,
get to
no,
that.
it has no relevance to the podcast, but it's very interesting.
I thought you said elephants and I got really excited.
Elephants
that's
are, elephants
good to
are the
know.
worst.
That's irrelevant.
Maybe I should have taken.
Everyone's
this week off
staring at
too.
me.
It's because you're beautiful.
Did you say you wish you'd taken this week off too?
Oh, yikes.
No, I didn't. I mean, you won't find that on the audio.
So I have a warm-up game to play. It's
Cool.
a most likely to game. So how it works is I'll count down or up, whatever, from 3. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, point. You point at the person that you think these most likely to scenarios apply to the most. You only can point to one person. Yeah, and you can point at yourself if you think that you're the most likely person to do whatever it is.
Okay.
So
I get the sense this doesn't really work well in an audio setting.
no, this should work well.
Okay,
Will
okay.
it?
We'll
Yeah.
say who we're pointing to.
Yeah. Someone will be the victor or loser, depending on your perspective, of each of these.
We're all losers.
So
Go
We're
on.
the Losers Club.
Yeah.
We don't have
Yeah.
sex with each
This is
other.
battery acid.
And we
yeah.
don't fight weird clouds from other dimensions or space or whatever.
Not
Except
true.
for-
I fight depression.
Okay.
The clowns are just on the inside.
Well, that took a dark turn quick.
Wow, that was fast.
I
Hope
mean,
you're all liking the show this week.
I mean,
10 minutes in.
it is a metaphor for alcoholism. So
Is it though?
yeah,
Could be a metaphor for anything.
it's Stephen
It's
King's
a metaphor for a few
alcoholism.
different things, but specifically alcoholism.
I mean, it's whatever you take out of it, but I mean, yeah.
It can have many different ideas behind it.
So,
Anyway, what's the game, Tyler?
well, so I already explained it. And the burps are back too. So now we've hit our quota
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
There we
Welcome
go.
to our special podcast where we do nothing but burp and
and talk about John Boyega.
There's one YouTube video we had to call the burp episode. I think it was like the 4th episode of Hotful Boyfriend.
I think it was.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
That's the one that got like 29 views in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all we did was burp for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's kind
That
of
was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, but that whole recording was like 30
Yeah,
minutes
that's
long.
true.
So, who is the most likely to get lost in a corn maze? 1, 2, 3, point. Daniel is the person most. Why? Why are you pointing at yourself?
Because I have a terrible sense of direction.
Why,
I do too.
why do you say that? Have you gotten lost before?
Yes, like the one and only time I ever went to a corn maze, which was like 2 years ago.
That's why he never goes back.
It took me like 45 minutes for no reason. There was no reason I should have gotten lost, but my brain was like, fuck it.
Do you remember when we went to that corn maze in middle school? And you and another guy and me all stayed together, and I was like looking at the map, and we were like, okay, to to get out of the maze, we have to go through this section. And like,
I take that back and change my vote. It's Logan.
yeah,
So it's either Daniel
Yeah.
or Logan.
I sometimes
I forgot about
I almost
that.
got lost coming here tonight. Not gonna lie.
Okay, I changed my vote. It's
Changed
Logan.
my vote. I forgot about that. I suppressed it. It's back. Thank you.
That's why I don't offer to drive anyone.
Okay, next one. Most likely to be the first of us to die. 1,
Ugh.
2, 3, point.
I don't know how
Gotta
to
choose.
answer.
It's because I get lost. I end up in the wrong part of town.
Choose.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So the winner's Riley, except Logan's pointing at himself too. So
Why?
I feel like you are going to live a very full, fast life. I don't know why.
Don't look at me. I don't know. Peer pressure me.
So like, he'll be the first, but we'll all be like in our 80s. But he'll
I
be
don't
the
know.
first.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, wait.
Sorry if I just predicted that you
That
were
was a
gonna die
loaded
first.
question.
Okay, next one. Most likely to
What are you trying to say, Tyler? You want him
Nothing.
dead?
no. Most likely to pass out from eating too much candy. 1, 2, 3, point. It's a tie between Daniel and myself.
I mean, I passed out almost from just like one coffee drink.
Okay, I changed my vote. It's you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A sugar coma is not out of the realm of possibility.
Tyler just got done with Whole 30, but Daniel has no inhibition.
I do not.
Okay, most likely to cry in a haunted house. 1, 2, 3, point. It's Riley.
It's
Me?
me.
Why do you say me, Daniel?
I don't know because I don't think you do very well with spoopy things.
My
Yeah.
reason for Riley
Yeah.
is because Riley is usually very stressed, and I feel like in such an environment, it would be more likely to stress him out.
You
even
know,
more.
really.
I've actually been to a couple haunted houses, and I end up like crying out of like laughter.
That
I
also
would-
makes sense.
See, and like I explained, I think it was on one of our Let's Plays. I don't remember which one, or maybe one of the old podcasts. Whenever I get scared, I just start uncontrollably laughing because it's hilarious to me.
When have we played a game that's scary?
Like truly scary.
Yeah.
I mean, we went and watched It, the new It movie.
Oh, that's what it was. It was after the movie.
You were laughing a lot.
I
You
was
were really
laughing.
giggling. That is true.
I
That
don't
was
know
funny.
why.
It was really funny. Okay, most
Oh, the
likely.
person died. Ah, hilarious.
Most likely to bash pumpkins against houses. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's Daniel, but it's all over a split vote for the most part. Daniel and I both voted for Daniel, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Pumpkin killer for life.
Thug life. Brr. Okay, most likely to get chased by a serial killer.
Is that why I'm going to live a short, full life?
I'm not pointing at you, at least not yet.
Full of running
1,
from a
2,
chainsaw wielding
3,
killer.
point. Yeah, choose Logan.
I'll go with you then.
Okay, it's still Logan.
Yeah.
Logan's
Why?
most
Why
likely to
me?
get chased.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't
what's
know.
the justification?
You're
behind
like the stereotype of like the
Careful here.
that? Friendships will be tested.
like
I thought this would be a fun game.
the guy at camp that like survives until the end. You know, like in all those like
Is he the
horror
pretty boy?
movies. Yeah.
For Pretty Boy usually dies like
Yeah.
second.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Did you see
The
Cabin?
dumb pretty boy
Did
dies
you
second.
see Cabin in the Woods?
But not the nerdy pretty boy.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
And that does fit Logan pretty well.
He's kind of hot.
I just don't leave my house enough. It wouldn't be a problem.
I know. I never go to camp, so
Okay,
My existence.
next one is
I
similar.
am safe.
I am safe.
The next one is similar. Most likely to become a serial killer. 1, 2, 3, point.
I am not pointing a finger in this.
Nope, you gotta choose. It's a tie between me and Daniel again.
No, it's
No, it's
most
you.
of
Oh,
it.
you pointed. Sorry,
I'm
you're
pointing
pointing at Riley.
So no one.
So-
Hold up.
No, we both voted for me.
Oh, okay.
you got the
So
beard
it's
for
me.
it.
Oh my god.
I think it's just more on yours. It's because you're so methodical. It's like
Thank you.
You just shotgun too many energy drinks. You go crazy. You end up shotgunning a human by mistake.
I don't know the difference.
I'm sorry.
It's a- it's
Wait,
just
what?
pathological.
I needed his life.
I don't know. It doesn't have to make sense.
Okay, but I'm just murdering when immediately. Okay.
Nope. Most likely to hate candy corn. 1,
To what?
hate candy corn. 1, 2, 3, point. Oh, this time it actually is a tie between me and Daniel. And do
I
you
quite
hate
honestly, I
candy corn?
hate candy corn. I personally think it is garbage.
I don't mind it. So I think the true answer is you,
But I
but it's a tie between you and me.
I think it's just hot garbage.
Hot garbage?
Hot garbage.
Why is it hot?
Because it's fresh.
Okay.
What?
Don't
worry about
It's
it.
always stale, but okay.
It's wax.
Most likely
Pretty
to
much.
stay up late watching scary movies. 1, 2, 3. Point. It's a tie between Riley and Daniel.
I was debating which one,
Yeah.
but
Have both of you seen a lot of scary movies?
Yeah, I just stay up late naturally.
But watching scary movies?
No.
Okay. But it's technically it's a tie between the two of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Such disgusting.
Most likely to wear a slutty Halloween costume. 1, 2, 3. Point.
Damn, he's not in the room right now.
Eli. Yeah, if I can change my vote, also Eli. But no, I'm gonna go with Riley.
Oh, that's a 3 for me.
That's 3 for Riley. Logan voted for himself.
He knows himself too well.
Are you including cosplay? Because I'm not. I'm not including anything cosplay related. Just specifically for Halloween, a slutty Halloween costume.
That's sexy.
I mean,
costume.
Halloween dressing up is just cosplay for Halloween.
Okay,
I
He's,
mean, you're just different
yeah,
categories
he's not
here.
wrong.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, but Riley wins. So,
Sexy nurse.
So
We should
Yes.
both dress up as sexy nurses. Sexy things.
Oh, dude, but still keep the beards.
Sexy
Oh, yeah,
bumblebee.
totally. Sexy Gandalf.
Oh,
Sexy Gandalf, sexy
That
Dumbledore.
actually exists.
Please.
Yeah, let's do it.
I actually
Yeah.
did see sexy Gandalf one.
I did too,
Would you rather be Dumbledore or Gandalf?
Gandalf.
Gandalf. I don't know what Dumbledore sounds like.
Like Gandalf.
Yeah,
Have you seen
basically
Harry
the
Potter?
same.
Yeah. But I just can't picture the voice in my head.
okay.
It just
next one.
Gandalf came back to life. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah, right.
sort of, but yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's only been out for like 20 years or whatever. I don't know when it came out.
Well, I mean, if you go for the books.
2001.
Yeah, and yeah, if you
Return.
count the books. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, most likely to see or sense spirits. 1, 2, 3. Daniel wins, but it's fairly split overall. You voted for yourself, Daniel. Why?
Don't worry about it.
Hey.
Miss. Appropriate.
He just turns away. Shut up, shut up.
All 3 of us are actually dead. Dan just keeps
Oh no!
That'd blow my
That's why Wendy's never satisfies.
What?
What? I eat Wendy's a lot.
That's nice.
was-
Out of context, that was a very weird reference.
Hashtag not sponsored by Wendy's.
Hashtag, but we could be.
Hashtag podcast goals.
Yes.
Podcast goals. Seriously though. Okay, most likely to stick a pumpkin on their head and run around scaring kids. 1, 2, 3. I think I win that one. I'm actually surprised. I didn't expect that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers. Next one. Most likely to be a basic white bitch and drink too many pumpkin spice lattes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Riley wins.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
You work
like
at a coffee shop. So.
Yeah. Well, my fiance calls me a basic white girl.
I thought you were gonna say like pumpkin spice ale, and then I would have pointed
Gotta
at
get
you.
it straight from the dealer.
Well, it's a cider, technically.
I've had pumpkin ale is actually really
They're
good.
different. I don't like
But-
ales.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super sweet and like gourdy.
Gordy.
Gourdy.
I've never heard that
A gourdy,
in relation
gourdy,
to a
gourdy.
taste.
Swedish.
Curving your pumpkin.
If we're sexy Dumbledore, get up.
I call sexy Swedish chef.
Wait, okay, so sexy Swedish chef. Daniel will be sexy Swedish chef. You're
Sexy Gandalf.
Logan, sexy Gandalf. Riley is sexy
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. What am I? Or am I not sexy?
Sexy Mr. Clean.
Sexy Mr. Clean.
Yes.
Throwback.
Which is just Mr. Clean.
Or you could just go as sexy Doctor Who.
Thank you.
Which is just Doctor Who.
That's really just Doctor
The
Who.
first Doctor.
What do you mean, like the first Doctor? Like the very first
Yeah.
Doctor? I
He's
don't even
pretty
remember his
hot.
name. I used to know his name.
I'm just kidding.
Sexy Trump.
Shut your mouth.
Sexy George Washington.
Oh, there we go.
No, sexy
There.
Ben Franklin. There you go.
Oh yeah, any of
Or
them.
sexy Einstein.
Wasn't he a player anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben
That
Franklin
works.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I might be related to Ben Franklin's wife through my
His actual wife?
his actual wife.
Or one of the many?
Not one of his side pieces.
No,
He's one of his French girls.
I am. I think it's confirmed.
Benjamin, contact in France.
I am related to both Alexander
few-
Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Wow.
Benjamin.
Let's just say
I think that we're still waiting on one confirmation about the Burr side.
How do you
but-
get confirmation?
Go back and actually track the genealogy. But,
Okay.
He calls.
Yeah, I
I'm
called back
related
into
to
the
you.
past.
Calls from beyond the grave.
Yep.
We ordered a seance
So,
with the
man, this is so applicable
What?
with Halloween, seances, and dead people, and Van Helsing, which is what the character we're talking about today.
Blah, blah.
Blah,
I want to suck your blood. Blah.
blah.
So, all right, I'm going to time myself. I've got another quick
Anyway.
blurb for those of you that don't know much about Van Helsing.
Oh,
Either
I'm saying yes.
the three of
For
you
context,
or
are we
anybody
talking
else.
about the book version or are we talking about the movie version?
That will be made apparent in my description.
Or the video game version,
So,
or
I'm going to time
Or
myself.
the anime version.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Van Helsing is the Dutch Roman Catholic vampire hunter of monsters and demonic creatures originating from the 1931 novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. Although his first name changes repeatedly throughout the canon of novels, comics, films, and shorts, Van Helsing is stricken by an unquenching thirst to avenge his family through his tiresome hunt for Dracula. An academic, a fighter, a religious man, Van Helsing is skilled in nearly every craft and utilizes many tools in his fight against Dracula and his minions. Some of these include skeleton keys, garlic, silver crucifixes, sacred bread, water, electric lamps, special revolvers, crossbows, knives, a branch of a wild rose that can be placed on top of a coffin containing a vampire and
Pause.
immobilizing it. Yes.
A skeleton key or a key made out of skeletons?
A skeleton key is in something that can
Probably both.
open like any door. Sort of.
And I also want to backtrack a little bit. Did you say sacred bread?
that's also what I was thinking.
Pardon.
Let me finish. I'll get back to that.
I'm
Throw
gonna let
that
you finish.
Wonder bread on the coffin.
Unpause.
I'll explain that.
Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. She strips a loaf at it.
Okay, we're stuck on the bread. I can't move on.
No, the bread. It is too powerful.
It's fortified with vitamins.
Not Wonder Bread.
Not whole grain.
So the sacred bread brought from Amsterdam from the Roman Catholic Church. Van Helsing used this. It was sacred, and it sterilized, per se, the various locations that Dracula in the original novel and other works would like teleport to and work and hide in.
Fascinating.
And when he put the bread into into those places, Dracula could no longer return to
What
them.
makes it safe?
Why does it smell like a bakery in here?
That I can't answer. I don't
Does it
know.
have garlic in it?
I don't think so. I think it's been made sacred through like ritual practices by the Roman Catholic Church. It's like how it's supposed to be.
It's
Holy
I hate garlic bread. Those bastards.
Oh, God, the bread.
And I don't know if you heard the last one that I mentioned, that he uses a wild rose,
Yes.
and when he puts it on a coffin, it immobilizes a vampire inside of it.
Fascinating.
So that's cool.
I think I've
Anyway,
heard that one. So
moving on. Not Sarah Lee, but we're close.
Questions are accumulating, but I'm going to let you.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
keep
you.
going.
Mountain ash is used as well to repel the undead.
Ash
Would-
Ketchum?
Yep. Mountain Ash Ketchum. That's a great name.
Take that, Dracula!
Gotta catch 'em all.
Go, Pikachu! It's a Golbat!
I'm not the Pokemon, you stupid kid.
Stop throwing balls at me, you stupid kid.
What is this stupid yellow rat? And why haven't you aged in 20 years?
Just like me.
Are you a vampire?
You're more powerful than I ever was.
He's an immortal.
Sorry, please go
No,
on.
I'm laughing. I'm crying.
Pause.
He also obviously uses a golden crucifix necklace and wooden stakes and a hammer. Van Helsing has been portrayed by the likes of Anthony Hopkins, Christopher Plummer, and Hugh Jackman, and is at the moment being portrayed in a sci-fi original series as Vanessa Helsing by Kelly Overton.
Of course.
Vanessa Helsing continues to appear in film, television, novels, comics, anime, manga, and video games. Most recently, Van Helsing can be played as a skin for McCree in the game Overwatch by
It's actually
the
a
Blizzard.
sweet looking.
It's
And-
high noon.
And as a decked-out tank with images based on the novel in the game World of Tanks, pitted against an all-black Dracula tank.
I don't like the way you said black.
Can World of Tanks get a Scooby-Doo skin, please? A Mystery Machine skin?
Please.
As a reference to the A1 Abrams
Oh my gosh,
Mystery
that'd be
Machine?
amazing.
Give it time.
If anyone out there watches or like plays World of Tanks as a game, you should submit that idea.
And a Narnia skin that Lucy has that has hypodermic needles in the treads.
I had to listen to the last podcast.
Yeah, you
I'm missing
You're missing
context.
some of the last one. Moreover, Van Helsing may have been based on a real Lutheran pastor/physician named Hellwing, who 300 years ago studied vampires and werewolves.
kick-ass
That is
name.
such a cool name.
Hellwing.
Father Hellwing.
Father Hellwing.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds like a name for an owl.
That took me way longer
No,
than
it sounds like a really dumb NPC name from World of Warcraft
Please speak to Father Hellwing.
I have a quest for you.
or Diablo.
Yeah.
So, other than
Anyway.
film, television,
Roger
novels,
Cube.
comics, anime, manga, and video games,
Manga?
you can also find Van Helsing as an audiobook. Segway. Thank you. I was really proud of myself. In the spirit of the upcoming holidays, Audible would like to give you a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial as a listener of Popular Apocrypha. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, you can listen nonstop to new or your favorite books on iPhone, Android, Kindle, or other MP3 players. Wouldn't you know it, they even have Dracula by Bram Stoker available. It's performed by an all-star cast including award-winning actor Alan Cummings and a hero of the Popular Apocrypha podcast, Tim Curry as Van Helsing himself.
I thought you were going to say one of us, and I would have been super surprised and excited.
What?
No.
What?
If you don't know, Tim Curry also plays the original It, and which
Yeah.
we talk about in
OG
the previous
It.
The
episode.
good it. No.
Okay.
That's
I
You
would
can
disagree
download-
with that. I was kidding.
I was gonna say that's under contention.
Good for different reasons.
Yes.
You can download Dracula or another audiobook free by signing up for a free trial of Audible. Download your free audiobook today by going to audibletrial.com/popapoc. Again, that's audibletrial.com/popapoc for your free audiobook and month trial. Thanks for helping us out, listeners, and thanks, Audible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can I just say I am seeing a lot of connections between Van Helsing and 1, Beauty and the Beast, and 2, Constantine from DC.
I don't know anything about Constantine.
Okay.
He's drunk and Irish.
He reminds me a lot of Van Helsing.
Fun fact, Bram Stoker is actually Irish. Who writes about the Dutch Roman Catholic priest, which is an interesting...
Yeah. Do you have any more on Father Hellwing? Why is he based off of him? Just because he had a cool name, or because he
You
like?
study vampire.
He studied vampires and other beasts in that period.
Fascinating.
Because that was a long time ago. That was a fear of.
Yeah.
Like, what time period was this?
It was about 300 years ago.
Was this pre-Reformation or post-Reformation? Probably post if we're thinking 300 years.
Sure. Let me look it up. I have it. Give me a second.
Reformation was early 1500s.
While I'm looking that up, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
So in the film with Hugh Jackman, I think this was 2004. I don't know.
Well, it was like 2000.
Hugh
2004?
Hackman. Hugh Jackman.
What did you say the first time?
It's such his letters around.
Jew Hackman.
No. That's Gene Hackman. That's a different actor.
Oh.
I don't know where you were trying to go with that.
No, I'm moving on.
No, you're just
Can't move on.
saying
It's-
the Japanese number 10 is Jew.
Yes.
There you go. 10 Hackman.
Moving on.
Moving on.
So in that film with Hugh
Running away from
Jackman, Dracula and Van Helsing are these arch-nemesis that are pitted against one another over apparently some unknown, very long period of time. And it is referenced that Van Helsing may actually be Gabriel, the archangel, and Dracula is like the right hand of the devil. So my question is, what do you think of that?
Well, that movie's a hot mess.
It is a hot mess.
Who played Dracula in that?
Oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name.
I know my sister got a
No, I have two
poster
things to
of
look
him
up.
that was actually signed by him.
Really?
Yeah.
Look inside yourself, Gabriel. You know it to be true.
My
Last-
biggest fan.
That last act was just. Oh gosh.
Yeah, man. Ugh. But the auto crossbow, though.
Well, okay, so the first
Dun, 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 dun,
the
dun.
first half of that movie was great until they introduced the whole Frankenstein plotline, and it was just like,
Brilliant?
what?
I think you mean brilliant.
Are you high?
Also, the fact that at the very beginning of the movie, they bring in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Okay, that part was fine.
I thought it was funny.
But I just that stupid plotline of I want my vampire babies to leave,
Yeah.
Fly, be free.
and then they didn't look any like. How do you get two people that make weird bat monkeys
Remember, we're not trying to improve Dracula. We're trying to improve Van Helsing.
We're trying to tell everyone that movie sucked.
Let's not take that attitude. We did that in the Minions episode already.
I've been gone. The salt is
I don't know.
plenty.
It's built up.
I don't like Van Helsing being an angel. Like,
Should Van Helsing be supernatural, or should Van Helsing be more just like the master of all like human traits? Like, because that's how in the original novel Van Helsing is like physician. He has like a PhD, a master's of like divinity, like all like religious degrees and academic degrees, and he's like a good at fighting and everything.
He's basically Indiana Jones, but with vampires.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that we should go. Never mind.
No.
My brain started to go down that train. I think we could go super meta and say, because like Dracula is basically like, I know we're not talking about Dracula, but Dracula is to Van Helsing as Joker is to Batman. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to discuss Van Helsing and Van Helsing's traits properly, we might need to examine how he exists in relation to Dracula. And is Dracula, is he, like, he had to deal with the devil, or, like, what? Is he a demon? Like, what?
It varies.
Yeah,
It
it
varies.
depends on
Yeah.
the mythos you're currently.
So what do you want it to be?
Oh, I think it'd be cool if Van Helsing and Dracula were both demons.
Are both demons?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of defeats the purpose, though, of good and evil, unless you're saying that Van Helsing is like trying to do it redemptively.
Van Helsing is lawful evil, and Dracula is chaotic evil.
So in a lot of the storylines, most of them, Van Helsing is propelled by this desire to avenge his family. Specifically, like his wife and her child are killed by vampires, often by Dracula.
Oh, he's Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
We know our own canon pretty well.
So, quick couple things just to answer a couple of those questions. Richard Roburg, I'm not quite sure if that's the correct pronunciation. It's Richard Roxburgh is the actor that plays Dracula in the film with Hugh Jackman from 2004. I was right. And as far as the Van Helsing Hellwing goes, let me just read this. This is from Metro.us. So, yeah, it's like an entertainment news site. It is known that while writing about Van Helsing, Bram Stoker could have had a real person in mind. Weglowski claims he has found out that Stoker's model was in fact a Lutheran pastor named Hellwing who 300 years ago studied vampires and werewolves. Quote, in one of his articles, Hellwing described how during an epidemic of bubonic plague, the inhabitants of Masuria, a region in Prussia, now in Poland, fought supposed vampires by decapitating them. The peasants also had The peasants also had the habit of stabbing the corpses with stakes. George, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Georg.
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 George or Georg.
Yeah.
Georg.
Andreas Hellwing came from the small town of give me a sec. of Wegorzewo. Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Great.
that's how that's pronounced. He was not only a clergyman but also a physician. He took interest in botany and natural sciences. Weglowski reveals that Hellwing wrote
destruction.
Wrote several books and papers, also those on popular beliefs, including vampires. The similarity of the surnames and interests is striking, he claims. Hellwing also traveled in the Netherlands, Van Helsing's homeland, and made several acquaintances there.
It almost sounds
there's
like,
a little bit more background on that, supposedly.
Okay, you guys continue the conversation. I'll be right back.
sounds almost like a combination of Sherlock Holmes and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, kind of.
In like a priestly way.
Yeah. But with no whip and
So-
stakes.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start a little further back rather than trying to do some personality stuff. Maybe we should start back with where is our Van Helsing from?
I don't know, where's Dracula from?
I mean, I was thinking.
I gues it doesn't
from,
really matter.
No.
Like, Transylvania, but
Kind of want him to be Australian.
you just want him to be Hugh Jackman? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't want him to be Hugh Jackman, just Australian. I want him to be Crocodile Dundee and wrestle vampires. Like, I'm gonna wrestle him. Crikey. You see that vampire over there? I'm gonna wrestle him.
So is he hunting multiple vampires, or is he just hunting Dracula?
Well, it's
Again, it depends.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like
But-
the supernatural.
Yeah.
But is that a question for the past canon, or is that a question for us?
Past canon.
Okay.
Jim.
Because also, it seems like in quite a few of the past works, it's been he's going after Dracula and encounters other vampires he has to deal with.
Okay.
Like in the 2004 Hugh Jackman movie and in other works in the original book, he has to deal with a number of other vampires, specifically the 3 female wench vampires that Dracula keeps around.
Yeah.
So
Side chicks.
I only remember one of their names from the movie, so.
that's impressive.
Yeah.
And to answer that question about where is Dracula from, apparently the Vlad Tepes, the historical figure who inspired Bram Stoker's novel, was born in December of 1431 in the fortress of Sighisoara. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced either. In Romania.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we just need to start tackling this guy.
Yep. So
Because he's got a lot of lore.
where do we want our brand new modernized, maybe, if we want to modernize Van Helsing? Where is Van Helsing from?
New York.
Make it modernized? Yeah.
Meh.
Or LA, make it noirish.
Toronto.
Toronto.
Seattle.
He's a hipster.
No, because you'd have to be a place where it would make sense.
It was a place
Where-
with like an underbelly that
Yeah,
could
where would
have a lot of
vampires
supernatural.
be from today? Portland.
Bangkok.
Yes.
They drink coffee instead of blood.
Bangkok.
Or like Chicago.
Oh, sorry, my brain keeps also then going back to the movie What We Do in the Shadows.
I haven't watched that.
Oh,
I
it's so
need to.
good.
I've heard so many good things.
Yeah, but what would be a good town with a good underbelly that he could
Yeah.
easily...
Vampires would infest and
I
stuff.
feel like Bangkok might be a good one.
That feels pretty good.
Los
Some
Angeles.
city in China. Maybe.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Tijuana.
Las Vegas? No.
Hawaii.
I don't know. I feel like Las Vegas is pretty
Dracula
good.
runs the drug cartel.
Oh, wow. New York again.
Washington,
And
D.C.
It would have to be like
They're all politicians.
I still need to see Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I haven't seen it either.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Vampire Hunter or
Or
whatever.
whatever.
Which is funny because in the original novel by Bram Stoker, the first name of Van Helsing is Abraham.
Ah.
So
That's
fun
probably
fact.
where they got the idea.
Probably.
So based on other vampire hunters we know, such as Abraham Lincoln, Buffy, I don't know who else.
I mean, I'm not proud to admit that I've seen all of Vampire Diaries,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a thing.
Should we make Van Helsing an actual person or like a title that is passed down?
It's usually like the family surname,
Okay.
and then multiple people are Van Helsing over time. Usually, like that's the past. That's what it's been in the past.
Okay.
They should be. I don't know.
I like Washington D.C. Honestly, Dracula's trying to become the president of the United States.
For some reason, I thought like.
I promise free healthcare, stronger economic ties. with
More blood
Russia.
transfusions. I like a Native American Van Helsing would be cool,
That would be
especially
great.
with all the legends. Like have a
Wendigos and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
and have him like I don't know, be like a windwalker or something.
So what if instead of modernizing, we do change the time period though? What if we change it to like just post American United States colonialization by
yeah,
Europe,
like the Oregon Trail.
and Dracula comes over to the U.S.
What if we make it Western?
Ooh. But Western, but like the Native American is like dealing with Dracula, who is this spirit or this like entity who's attacking like settlers.
He's British.
But he's also like having to like find that balance between like I'm helping these people, but they're like taking my land, you know, like
Yeah.
And also like the typical Western trope of like he's the lone wolf, you don't know much about him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which really fits
Coming into
well with
town.
Van
Yeah.
Helsing.
And then
That's-
leaves.
Yeah.
dude, and then like the type of weaponry he would use, like
Yeah,
would be
what would
so
that be?
cool.
Tomahawks.
Tomahawk crosses. Oh man.
So that is a thing though, because are we going to keep with a Christianized Van Helsing? Because that's consistent.
Like what
that has
fights?
always been the
Yeah.
case of Van Helsing is
I was gonna say,
highly Christianized.
you could argue that he's like a Native American and when the English came over and taught him
Sure.
about it.
That, good old manifest destiny.
Yeah, but I don't. Does Dracula have to be from Europe? Could Dracula be a spirit that this Native American tribe has been like fighting and then gets disturbed because like settlers just come and like mess with the tomb or whatever?
Came over on the land bridge from Russia.
Dracula
That's
did?
how Dracula
Oh,
got
could be.
to North America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Russia.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or at least like through Russia.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any like other like
No, I like that.
other settings?
That's good.
No, I like it more as a concept of.
I like it doesn't have to be Native American, but for me, like the idea of like tribal like fighting spirits,
like a curse, like
Yeah.
type.
Well, and especially if like Van Helsing is kind of torn between fighting for his people and fighting for the Western settlers who are invading the
Yeah.
land.
Right.
Especially if, like
humanity
They're
or my
both-
people,
being terrorized.
like humanity as a whole.
Okay, I was like,
No,
dude.
yeah, no, like as a whole, protecting people,
Yeah. Okay.
or like protecting just my people,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got to think of the consequences of the future.
So what other tools would this Van Helsing use?
Oh, what did you say? He's a garlic farmer.
I
Yeah,
mean,
where does he get his garlic?
He
Where
has
does garlic
sacred
grow?
bread. He has sacred Wonder Bread.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Lembas bread.
Cornbread.
Cornbread. Yeah, Western. That would fit better.
Yeah, read off his stuff that he has again.
Okay, so skeleton keys, garlic.
Yeah.
Where does he get the garlic?
Where does garlic grow?
In the ground.
You're asking the wrong crowd.
In the ground is the correct answer.
Sure.
I'll look it up.
With water.
Does it grow on the ground?
Yes, it's like an onion. It's the root.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very related to the onion.
Fascinating. How'd you know that, Logan?
He secretly grows. Pay attention to things.
Logan is Van Helsing.
Yes.
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 Yeah. What's a Dutch accent sound like? I don't even know.
I'm not gonna say. Never mind.
I think it just grows where
Slightly
it's planted
German.
for the most part.
The accent or the garlic? I mean, that's a good way to say an accent, though, too.
Yeah, it's the garlic I was talking.
I think garlic is a fairly common
Yeah.
plant.
Then you've got the silver crucifixes and the gold crucifix
Silver
necklace.
tomahawks.
Or
I feel like that wouldn't be very
tips.
effective.
Arrows.
Yeah, which still fits, especially with good old Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Got that auto
The
cross.
auto crossbow.
I think he should have a gun, too. Just like one piece of Western
Yeah.
thing.
Six
Silver
Like
bullets.
to further illustrate his division between
Yeah.
But like a 6-shooter with like crosses engraved into it.
Oh.
Ooh.
So where would this Van Helsing get their sacred bread and water? Like from their tribe somewhere? Like someone in their tribe?
Well, if we're going off, if we're saying that Dracula is supposed to be like a native spirit type
Yeah.
thing, you would think that they would have some way of battling it that they've figured out at some point.
Do they dip the golden Mormon tablets in water, and that's how they
No.
get their sacred golden water? Is that how that happens?
I would say Van Helsing doesn't have a tribe, and Dracula killed them all.
Ooh, I like that.
That would
That's
be
good.
the
Roanoke
yeah.
incident?
Yeah, or
Oh yeah.
Canon.
Last of the Mohicans
Canon.
style.
I vote canon.
What?
Canon.
Oh, it was
Roanoke.
Roanoke? Oh,
Roanoke.
okay.
I vote canon.
Except
100%.
it was Europeans who were in Roanoke and disappeared.
So, look at the jury rigged the history a little bit.
Well, in the surrounding area around Roanoke, also there were Native Americans, from what I understand it. Also in.
Oh, that also disappeared?
Well, that was the thing.
I
Was
think-
they couldn't figure out if it was
For
the
sure.
Indians that did it because the Indians also just
Huh.
off.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's
I think
what
so.
I want to say I remember, but
Yeah, I like him being a lone wolf too.
Yeah.
Like complete lone wolf.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like Chingachgook.
So-
Chingachgook
Van Helsing
From
doesn't have
Mohicans.
Yeah.
any companions at all.
He has a dog.
His dog. I mean, I like that.
I think he should have some sort of animal.
You know,
a hawk.
in
Horse.
That'd be actually pretty
That'd
cool.
be really
With
cool.
silver talons.
Yep.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
A California condor.
Peregrine falcon.
Mountain ash used to repel the undead. That still makes sense.
Yeah.
Branch of wild rose to immobilize in coffin vampires. That still makes sense. And wooden stakes and a hammer. That still makes sense.
Yeah. He uses the. What time period are we thinking? Is this pre-transcontinental railroad?
I mean,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not great on history. I don't know if there's a difference between like the time period of pre-transcontinental railroad and like a 6-shooter. Like if that would line up with history.
I don't know.
Like the evolution of
Yeah, I'm
firearms.
pretty sure they were only 5 shooters at that point. I'm not kidding. Like I'm pretty sure that they were only had 5 in the
Okay.
chambers. But
Anyway.
and I learned that fact recently from the show Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
the
really?
DC show. Yeah.
I watched that show and I didn't know that, so okay.
Well, there you go.
Anyway.
Given that Van Helsing's first name changes so much throughout the canon that already exists, what is our Van Helsing's first name? Or is it multiple people? It's still that family over time that becomes just the next Van Helsing over and over?
Yeah.
What's a Native American name? That's
not
that
going
doesn't
to
sound
that.
racist.
I don't
Let's not
really
go into
know.
that one.
I don't feel knowledgeable enough.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, but how's Van Helsing still the last name?
Maybe someone Dutch married into the family.
Okay, and that could add to the tension that this person feels, the family feels
true.
between fighting for the settlers and fighting for their people. I mean, the people list, or Van Helsing is people list, but the Native Americans that are being oppressed during the time and the settlers of the West.
Cool.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
A
Yeah.
Dutch fur trader.
Yeah. There we go. They got to get those fur traders in there.
I mean,
Yep.
that was most of them in
Yep.
that time, so.
I have an odd question.
Okay.
Personality type. Our first Van Helsing. What are they like? Or maybe all the Van Helsings. Like, what is their overarching personality type? What's their Myers-Briggs?
Oh my god.
I couldn't tell
He's
you.
an introvert.
I agree.
Yeah,
He's intuitive. He's
I would
not
agree.
sensing.
he's a perceiver. No, he's a judger. He's a judger.
He's a judger.
And a feeler.
Yes.
Yep.
He's an
Well, I
INFJ.
feel like he could be a thinker too.
You think so? I mean, he's motivated
Yeah.
by passion.
But also,
Yeah.
Van Helsing
He's very
is
smart.
like, the well-read one.
Yeah.
Like the super.
But you can be smart and still be a feeler. It's what
Yeah.
It's what extrovert versus introvert is, where you draw your energy from. Intuition versus sensing is where you get your information from. Feeling versus thinking is like what you use to make decisions. And then judger versus
Perception.
perception is black and white versus gray. I think he would make feeling decisions because I kind of want him to
I
be
agree.
like a
Well,
little
he'd be
reckless.
motivated by revenge.
Yeah, well, like so a little reckless,
Mm-hmm.
like a hero, but not like completely reckless.
Yeah, he's not reckless in the sense of this. He's throwing himself at every problem full on speed. He makes stupid decisions because he's motivated only by the revenge.
Right. I think that's because then that leaves chances for Dracula to escape because of like decisions
Well, you
made.
can't have a hero be like
Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta have that armatia. That fatal flaw.
Because man, sometimes stories where
recklessness.
the main character is so overpowered makes it so boring.
Right.
One Punch Man,
Okay, but the only
or is
thing
his fatal flaw that
his fatal flaw
that he's
is
so overpowered?
he's
that-
just so bored of being a superhero.
And just so non-observant
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Because or like if you could say his fatal flaws, he also destroys just as much as he saves.
True.
Because I mean, the first episode, he punches a giant that falls on top of an entire city,
right.
and then his reaction is, "Eh." At least I did it.
Yeah. What does life matter?
I gotta
The
make
dark-
money to pay for my apartment.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's why he
And-
joins like the superhero guild.
Man, that episode's hilarious.
Yeah. The one where he tries to catch a fly or
Oh, the mosquito.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on.
But yeah, I think he should have definite flaws. Like his recklessness. Should there be anything else?
Like about his flaws?
Yeah. Maybe
Sure.
he lets his loyalty to his heritage probably prompts his recklessness sometimes. I guess like revenge. I guess that would fall into that
Yeah.
category too. Sometimes there's collateral damage maybe.
Yeah.
That's just a given in most
Yeah.
stories like that.
And so maybe like he has a bad reputation among everybody else.
I could always fall into that thing if he didn't save a certain person at like a specific, like, as something is happening, and just because he couldn't.
Or he accidentally kills someone.
Yeah. Or just
Throws a
legends.
silver tomahawk into their
Like, 'cause
head.
I mean, like if you like, and I can't believe I remember this. The Van Helsing movie that came out in 2004, was it?
Mm-hmm.
The scene where he's actually hunting Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When he kills him, he falls out of the Notre Dame tower and hits the ground. And people don't think, oh yeah, he killed the monster. No, they all just start blaming him for murder.
Because he became the guy. He became Dr. Jekyll. So everyone's like, oh, it's a murderer.
And that whole movie, like, that's like the first 15 minutes, and then they just forget about it.
Yeah.
Because then he gets to that town in Romania, and everyone just is like, I guess they were on edge. They didn't like him, but it was like he apparently has this huge reputation of being a murderer. But then, oh, vampires attack, whatever.
Yeah. Who cares? Who can help me?
Oh, it's forgiven.
I look for the murderer. He's used to
He will
murdering.
save us.
I mean, I die with Dracula, or I die with Van Helsing.
I think if we're going with the really well-read, really smart Van Helsing, I think he should be kind of One Punch Man style, unobservant to the terror that's facing people because he's too interested in reading books. Like, you see a scene of him, like, reading through a good, page turner, and out the window, you see Dracula just terrorizing this town. And he's just like, his tomahawk hanging up by the window.
So he's the apathetic Van Helsing?
No, he's just unobservant.
Clueless?
Yeah, clueless, there's a word.
That puts it in a completely different spin on it.
He doesn't seem so badass anymore.
That's true.
That's like
That's a good
setting a
point.
Van Helsing movie in like a high school and having a nerd be Van Helsing, and then he's just completely like, just bumbles around.
You know? Nani?
So,
Tyler, you've been quiet.
I have a question.
What a bumble king.
That I've been looking something up to make sure that I was going down the path that I thought. Anyway, so my question is, how does Van Helsing kill vampires? Like, what does it take? Because it differs in the past canon with, like, sometimes it's just a stake to the heart, but sometimes with Dracula it's can't be killed because like in one of them with like Christopher Plummer plays Van Helsing and Gerard Butler plays Count Dracula, and he can't beat Dracula because Dracula is actually Judas Iscariot.
Yeah.
I've
seen that movie. It's weird.
Sure
Okay.
is.
Yeah, so like
What is this movie?
it's really weird. I don't remember what the title of it is, but basically Dracula is Judas, and when Judas gave over Jesus to be crucified and then hung himself out of guilt, he wasn't allowed to pass on into death, and so he just like he was damned to walk the earth, and like
What the hell is this movie?
it was so weird. And because for the blood that was shed by Jesus, he feeds off of the blood of others. Like it's weird. It's
And
gotta
sacred
get-
bread.
And the sacred bread.
yeah.
So I'm
Ritz crackers.
curious what your thoughts are as far as what does it take for our Van Helsing to put down a vampire, and then specifically Dracula.
Okay, so that also brings in the question of, do you keep the vampires with their normal weaknesses, or do you try to make them like some of the more modern vampires where they only have one very specific weakness that can only be exploited at this day and time?
I mean,
And what is Dracula in our canon? Is he a spirit or is he an actual person?
I still personally like the whole spirit thing.
I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
spirit thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to think of him as like a Wendigo. That would be awesome.
It's
Awesome.
I think, I don't know, what if Dracula can take physical form to terrorize people, but he also he is vulnerable when he's in his spirit form. And so
Okay.
that's where part of the canon comes from, where our Van Helsing is seen as a bad omen because when he comes to town, people die. Because he's hunting Dracula.
Essentially a curse.
Yeah, well, because Dracula has taken physical form,
Right.
possessed someone, and to fight Dracula, he can only fight Dracula in his spirit form, and so he has to, kill the host. But the host is overpowered because he's got Dracula's spirit.
Does Dracula take a host?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the other thought would be going on a spirit walk, you know what I mean? He kind of it.
Spirit quest?
Yeah,
What was it called? What's it called?
Vision Quest?
Yes, that's it.
Vision
That's
Quest.
it.
Well, how in the OG It,
Uh-huh.
in the book, it can only be fought through the ritual of Chud, where
Yes.
like you had to like fight your willpower. Your spirit had to fight the willpower of the monster. So like Helsing, being versed in all the lore and like how to go on, what was it, Vision Walk?
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest, like a Vision Quest. Like if he fights the host, and then once the host is gone and Dracula's in his spirit form, then he can fight Dracula in spirit form.
That sounds cool.
But how does he fight it?
In spirit form?
Yes. The giant vacuum cleaner.
The Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Spirit Bomb. Spirit Goku.
Wow, this is taking a while.
What about the light thing? Vampires are like take pain in light. So would the spirit not be able to come out in light? So like when Dracula in human form is like losing the battle, he has to run to somewhere like dark, so that in case he loses, he has to come out in the dark.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. And
So-
then like
An old factory, an old quarry.
the Vision Quest becomes like a battle of ideas, like almost like how Green Lantern kind of like materializes things because of his
Right.
thoughts.
It's a
the
power of
Vision
will.
Quest would be like like a power of will. Like he materializes into the world, and if he doesn't catch Dracula in the light, then he has to like bring light with him, like through like ideas. Like
All his weapons turn into light.
yeah, it'd be
that'd be
badass.
cool.
Yeah.
What would Van Helsing?
A light horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, what would Van Helsing's spirit animal be?
Oh, I think his spirit animal would be a hawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a little dingly bell.
Ding ding ding.
No, I was so good with you up until that. We were so good.
And all vampires will shudder in fear.
Here's the bell.
Or Dracula has a host, and then he can like bestow his powers upon others. So that way, that way he has more people to fight than just Dracula all the
They
time.
make thralls.
We've got to have those
Yeah.
3 wench vampires.
No, we don't.
That's actually pretty canon.
Prairie dog
saying.
vampires?
No, the sheriff and
Screwed. all you're in the distance is like this scuttling.
I mean, snakes are basically vampires, but reverse vampires because they inject things instead of sucking things
rat.
out. What?
I was gonna say rattlesnake vampire, but then never mind.
like the sheriff and his cronies.
Oh, or like
keep it with the
vampires.
western.
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
or
yeah.
like the thrall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Silence. I don't know. What have we covered so far?
A lot. We've covered
Van Helsing.
a lot of backstory, where Van Helsing is now from, where Dracula's from, how Dracula works, how Van Helsing operates as a person, their personality, and like their internal struggles, their flaws, Van Helsing's flaws, Van Helsing's spirit animal, tools.
A light hawk.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does Van Helsing's fashion sense look like? What does his clothing look like? Is it like traditional Native
Classic
American?
Western Native American.
I was gonna
Okay.
think.
I think it should
kind
be
of like
a-
tombstone looking.
I think it's just still like represent his conflict,
So, like,
between
black and white?
modernization and
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So like partially Native American traditional, but partially
he's got to have the
Western.
huge duster cap
Oh,
that
yes.
like covers his
Yes.
eyes.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
The Cad Bane hat.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah. The huge duster cap, and then he's got to have
The hawk lands on it with a little perch on it for the hawk.
He's got to have. So I think he should have like a trench coat too, like a
Well,
full
that's
trench
why I
coat.
was like I was saying. It kind of looks almost like. Have you ever seen the movie Tombstone?
Yeah.
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 Like what they wear, like those big, just those really dark black
Yeah.
dusters and everything.
But like underneath, like he doesn't really wear anything underneath except for like the cross bandoliers, where he's got like his 6-shooter and then he's got his bow on the back and
2 tomahawks.
so bad, eh?
Man, I wanna see what this looks like. I wanna see that.
Yeah. I also want to know what. I wish we had time to do to do Dracula, like our new Dracula.
Yeah.
But that should probably be its own episode.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about with Dracula.
There is a lot to talk about.
that
with
doesn't
Dracula.
involve Van Helsing.
I know.
Maybe next year. Next Halloween.
Next Halloween.
Day of the Dead.
Revisit the canon.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about him?
Maybe there can be a crossover thing where he comes across...
Jackman.
No. Thinking Jolly Green Giant. Because he's Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, during that time period.
Yeah. They team up for one special episode that's not really canon to either of their stories, but it's kind of a fun thing for the audience.
Yeah,
Are we
like
turning
when
this
Batman
Like a
fights
Christmas episode.
When Batman fights Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Predator.
We're creating our, what we do on this
Multiverse.
podcast. It's our own. Yeah, it's our own universe. It's not cinematic. It's our own podcast universe.
The Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Western
It's gonna
Van
turn
Helsing.
into like so wide-reaching and convoluted as like all the Stephen King books.
I'm gonna say so far of all the characters we made, this one's the most bad A.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Van Helsing had a lot to start out with.
Ghost Rider, Michelin Man.
Or Mr. Clean is pretty badass, too.
I don't know. The Mystery Machine, A1
Yeah.
Abrams. Well, it takes.
Well, the tanks. Reach out to us. So I think that'll be about it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening.
Can he have a theme music, too?
What?
He'll have a theme music composed by,
Friday the 13th.
who's the guy who works with Sergio Leone?
Yeah, I totally know the answer.
Yeah, way to go.
I don't know. The guy who... It's an Italian name, I know.
Well, you can let
Anyway.
us know via Twitter, Facebook, our website, Instagram. You can get in contact with us. We would love to see any feedback about the podcast, about any recommendations for other characters you'd like to see us tackle and improve, or if you have any creations that you'd like to share with us, especially those that might be of like Van Helsing, this new Van Helsing that we've talked about.
Ennio Morricone. Anyway, go on.
Good work, Logan. So you can, and of course you can get in contact with us through our website or Twitter or email popularapocrypha@gmail.com. Thanks again, Audible, for sponsoring this podcast, and thank you for your support. We're so excited to see people listening to the podcast, and we have something, as I said earlier at the beginning of this, something extra special coming out soon as well. And with that, let's draw the next character.
Oh, that's right.
Episode.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So
There's the
I've
next
already
week.
got it. I've already got it pulled up, and I've already got it ready to go.
What could follow this?
The next one, we're doing another Trinity. We are doing the Princess Trinity.
Wait, what?
Wait, which Princess Trinity?
We Ariel, Cinderella, and Snow White.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
We've got
Oh,
a
my.
lot to talk about next
Are we
week.
covering the Disney versions? Or are we covering the original mythology, original fairy tale?
I'm gonna
The
let
ones.
whoever hosts that figure that out, because it ain't gonna be me.
Because I don't watch Disney very often.
It's probably my turn then. Maybe.
Well,
Anyway.
thank you again so much. We love your support. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh.
The spoops. The spoops! It's fortified with vitamin